You got a friend? Got lots of friends with us this weekend. Lots of friends with us this weekend. Famous people this weekend. Ladies and gents, welcome back. Matty, as always. I got the Adventure.Happy crew with me this weekend. This is this is pretty wicked to me. These guys and Marty up north were actually the inspirations for me to start doing YouTube. So to finally get out and meet them and hike with them is pretty wicked to me. So I'm going to put a link to their channel in the description box below. You guys need to go check them out, subscribe to their channel. They do wicked trips in the Rockies. Yeah, it's pretty wicked to hike with these guys. Thanks, I got buddy. Devon, as always. My homie Bo. Wanda's here. And Cosley the adventure dog chilling out with us. We just passed the turnoff back this way for Siffleur Falls. The plan this weekend is to make it to a spot called Farley Lake. So we're at this little junction here. We're heading this way. Hopefully we make it to Farley Lake. We don't really know the snow conditions up there. There's not really a whole lot of data on how to get there, but I think we can find it. So that's the plan. Sweet little camp location here. So we've come to the White Rabbit Trail here. So we're gonna cross this creek and continue up this way towards Farley Lake. But figure we'll stop here and take a little break. Obviously an outfitter camp here. They bring out some pretty hefty stuff. These boys on horseback don't mess around. So we crossed that little bridge from the spot we stopped for a break at. Come to this nice little clearing here. This is pretty.
So this looks like a lot of...
This is literally just on the other side of the creek. We should have came and taken a break over here. But nonetheless, I think we're gonna get some views for a bit. The trees look fairly sparse up this way, so that's where we're headed. These two having fun. Wanda's just a little turd. She always yelps. So once we leave the meadow, it's basically a straight bushwhack.
I don't even know where.
We gotta cross this somehow. Not looking promising at this point. So this is the route we're taking. Walking upstream, hoping to find a spot where the creek hopefully either flattens out wide and slows down or possibly channels out. That really sucks. I think the executive decision we're gonna make is we're gonna bail on the attempt on Farley Lake. It's, as you can see, the creek behind me here, White Rabbit Creek, is running pretty freaking high. We've been bombing around here for about an hour trying to find a spot to cross. This is the best spot we could find to try and cross, and this looks pretty sketchy. And I have a feeling the humans can make it across. I don't know if the dogs would go for it though. Like, this is pretty gnarly. Look at this. Yeah, like Wanda's pretty gnarly and she's pretty badass, but I don't think she's gonna cross that. I really don't. Yeah, I don't think she'd even try that one. So I think we're gonna head back to that really pretty meadow that we were stopped at a little bit and camp there, maybe do some exploring, check that out, hope for some good sunset and sunrise pictures there, gather up some wood, have a good fire. That's kind of the plan. But, yeah. This sucks. I was really looking forward to getting to this lake, but yeah, that sucks. Wow, it was pretty here. Very freaking pretty here. We are just in the trees from the meadow here. We are kind of expecting possibly some crappy weather tonight. So we figure maybe set up in the trees, get a little bit of a windbreak so we're not getting pelted by it. We're gonna do our hammock city here. So I'm gonna go from this tree to that tree Wanda's by, Devon's looking for something in here. Bo and Danny and Evan are setting up tent city out in this area. Got lots of wood here. Nice big fire ring over there in the clearing, so it's gonna be a good night. Oh, old Casa del Matty and Wanda tonight. Pretty awesome spot. It's not a visual effect. The sun is out. You got some blue skies here. This is actually been a pretty wicked day. This will be our eating area, communal area here. And camps are back in here. So you can see Devon's tarp here, Bo's teepee here, and Wanda and I are just on the other side of the trees here. And we got our tent set up over here. Could be worse spots to camp for a night though. It's alright. It's not too bad. As I walk through this meadow here, I glance down, I see my feet, and realize I haven't said anything actually about the new gear I'm using on this trip, but check this out. I blew a couple holes in my Solomon Speed Cross 4s, like to the point where I had like thumb size holes, like 4 or 5 of them on each shoe. So every time I went out anywhere, my shoes were just getting full of rocks and debris and whatever, and sand, and kind of sucked. Plus, I've been using those for 2 years. The treads were pretty thin on them. Supports were starting to go, so it was time. So I upgraded to the bright red Solomon Speed Cross 5s. I think this hill here is our objective. I think that's what we're going up to check out. So this is where we're headed. Got to the top of Survey Hill here. We ended up just hopping this creek and bushwhacking our way up, and then walked across the hill instead of following the trail all the way around. I think it was a lot nicer. I think we made the right choice. It was pretty sick though. Look at this. All the way around me here. This is banging. And back this way, we got Abraham Lake back. You think, Bo? Yeah. It's alright?
It's alright, guys. Yeah. Instead of the lake.
Yeah, it would have been nice to make it to the lake, but that ford was... Yeah, that ford was sketchy, man. Pretty sure one of us would have died. And it probably would have been me. So.
It's so dirty you'd be able to see it.
Well, it was moving pretty good. That's a lot of water. A little personal dive into the life of Matty a little bit here. This week, I went through the 6-year anniversary of losing my grandfather, which was one of the hardest days of my life. Both my grandparents, they were like two most important people in the entire world to me. So losing him 6 years ago was tough. It's been a bit of a rough week for me. Had a pretty tough week. Just a lot of emotions and stuff like that to deal with. But getting out here just brings me a sense of peace. Just kind of a place that I can come and be with my thoughts and reflect and just kind of chill. And yeah, that's a little bit of a personal dive with me. I don't tend to talk about a ton of really personal stuff, but maybe from time to time. I don't know, it was on my mind as I'm kind of just walking along this ridge here with Wanda. I just was kind of thinking about him, and I guess I just wanted to remember this moment. I like being able to remember moments like this. When I'm at a place like this and I can just have a moment with my grandfather in a place like this. I just wanted to remember that I did that, because I miss it a lot. I love them. So we finished up the little Survey Hill Ridge walk there. It was pretty. It was cute. Nice little cute views. I think the plan is make our way back to camp and we gather a little more firewood and break out the comfy clothes and relax. Get a fire going. Chill. It's gonna be a good night. Isn't it, Devon? It's gonna be a good night, right?
Oh, I am looking forward to my sleep.
Yeah, me too. Hammock life. And Wanda is in the water. There she is.
Hey, Wanda.
Hey, are you a good pup? Are you good? Sometimes? When you want to be? So the plan was to have a fire and cook dinner, and as soon as we got the fire going and we were starting to get dinner going, a storm rolls in, and now it's, yeah. So we've all huddled inside Bo's teepee. We're gonna get the stove going, and my pants are steaming already. Get the stove going. You a happy puppy? You like that? We're gonna be dry in no time. We'll by around 2. We're back outside now, finally. It rained pretty good for about an hour. Getting the teepee and stay nice and warm, dry everything out, and it'll stop raining so we can hang out back outside again. You having fun? Get some color in the sky here finally. It was wicked. Very pretty night. Right. Yep, nice bright pink in the background. Hopefully that shows 11 o'clock here. Somebody's pretty tired. She's all bundled up. She's been trying to go to bed for like the last probably 45 minutes or so. She kept trying to go into Bo's teepee to sleep. So she's in bed now. She's happy. But yeah, I'm gonna crawl to bed, get some sleep. It's 6:30. Slept really good. Somebody wants to get up though. Somebody wants to get up. Cheers on me.
Morning.
Good morning indeed. I'll take that. That's pretty. That's pretty stuff, eh, Wanda? She won't eat her breakfast. She knows Cosley's up. He's over here. She hears him. She just wants to play. Wanda wants to play. I got 2 dogs to play morning fetch with. You get it? You can bring it back? Let's go. She wants to chase so bad. Good girl. Let's see your mission. Come on. Get him. Get him. Hi, Devon.
Hi.
Oh, you got clothes on this time. Usually you're naked when I do this shot. 7:30, homie.
7:30.
Yeah.
You got like 4 more hours of sleep.
Let me see if you're awake at all.
Oh, yeah, I'm up.
All right.
Well, I'm awake. I don't know if I'm up.
Good enough for me. He's talking hammocks. It's going to be bad news.
Yeah, Bo's gonna buy a hammock when he gets home.
Look at this, though. Look at this. I had a spider building a web on my suspension. I don't know how far I should let him go before I take it down, but he's determined. Gorgeous morning. Wanda's ready to go, so we're going to hit the trail. We got a pretty short hike out. That's all right. Be home early tonight. Get some pizza. I'm very excited. Probably some Chicago deep dish. Up good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good. Very cozy.
It's very comfortable. How about you?
Really good. It was really warm last night, I found. It's like really warm. Yeah, Wanda and I had a little issue. Maybe we'll talk about that one later. We haven't discussed that on video yet, but we had a bonding experience last night. Check out Siffleur Falls. It's a pretty short hike. We got a really short hike out today, so maybe add an extra hour and go check out the falls. I've never actually seen the falls before, so I'm a little excited for that. We're gonna walk along the edge here on the left side and make our way up to the falls. Super pretty. Super pretty. That's all right. It's pretty. Cosley, you like that? That's pretty. It's pretty. I can handle that.
Yeah, it's not a bad picture.
No. It's all right for a Sunday morning. Hey, is that all right? Yeah, you want to go in that water, but you can't. You're not allowed to. I mentioned earlier, Wanda had a little issue last night. So at about 2 a.m., I woke up to her whining and licking my face, which usually tells me she's got to pee or whatever. So I lean out the hammock, let her out. She goes pee or whatever. She comes back in. 10 seconds after she gets back inside, all I can smell is poop. So I realized she's gone outside and pooped. And my first thought is, she stepped in it. So I crawl out of the hammock and I'm trying to get my headlamp and figure out, check her paws and everything, everything's fine. A big smear of poop all over the side of her leg. So obviously when she was pooping, she pooped against a tree or something and rubbed on her leg. Now if you can tell, Wanda is, she's very poofy. So it was leave it. Emergency situation, trying to get her cleaned up. Had to bust the scissors out of the first aid kit to trim the lovely mess out of her hair. It's a good time to find out the scissors in your face are, it's a good time to find out the scissors in your first aid kit are dull. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Look at this. I had a wooden boardwalk on my hike out. It's hard to rough it any more than this. This is pretty luxury. Wanda's loving this. This is pretty though, super pretty here. So we crossed a lot of day hikers here on our hike out. Pretty area though, very pretty here.
Oh, you got your own pack horse. Look at
Yes.
He's got his own pack.
She gets confused for a boy quite a bit though. I need to get her some more pink shit to wear. Gotta get her a pink buff or something. Just got one last obstacle. We gotta get over this suspension bridge that Wanda absolutely hates. Not a fan of suspension bridge. Come on, let's go. Come on, my girl. Let's go, baby. Come on, good girl. Come on. You don't like that. You don't like that. Cosley's not a fan of the bridge either. Poor guy. He's doing better than yesterday, though. He got carried yesterday.
We got carried about halfway today.
Atta boy.
Good boy.
Good boy.
What is your... Yeah.
Look at that.
Good dog.
Hey?
Good dog.
Last little bit of adventure on this trip, so we're probably going to wrap this one up here. Hopefully you guys had fun tagging along with us, with myself, Danny and Evan from Adventure.Happy, called the Adventure Dog, my homie Bo, my homie Devon. Wanda's doesn't really care right now. She's off sniffing a tree. But hopefully you guys had fun on this one. A little bit of a different trip. Didn't pan out the way we wanted it to, but gives us a reason to come back. So possibly in the fall, maybe make another attempt at this one. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up here. So as always, guys, I am Matty. Thank you all so dang much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.